Authorities schedule an autopsy to determine the cause of death of a man found in a Joplin home that burned. Joplin students weigh in on the district's decision to bring them back to class in person.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin police launched a death investigation after a body was found inside a burned house. This is KOAM News at 6. Joplin police this afternoon identified the victim as 60-year-old Neil Fiscus. The 911 call for the fire came in around 4. Joplin Fire and police responded and found Fiscus dead in the home on South Galena. Investigators have scheduled an autopsy for Friday. Doug Eddy joining us now with the first look at the forecast. Bit of a chilly night ahead of us, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be colder than what we have seen over the past couple nights as we drop back into the upper 20s. But a pretty good day once again for us today. Temperatures mid-50s, almost 20 degrees colder than what we had yesterday, but still pretty good day and right where we should be for this time of the year. We do have some clouds which have been increasing, so we're going to have partly cloudy skies for us during the overnight hours tonight. And then as we work into about the next 36 hours or so, there is a weak little fast-moving wave out across the northern parts of the Rockies, and that will start to affect us tomorrow night and then heading into Friday. But right now we look pretty good, 45 to about 50 degrees across the region. Still a little breezy, north winds, 10 to 15, gusts near 20 at times, but the winds will slowly diminish during the overnight hours for us tonight as we drop back through the 40s, 30s. Kind of cold. 29, 30 degrees for an overnight low. Of course, we're going to look at some rain chances coming up here in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Doug. Starting next week, students at Joplin High School will be back in person full-time. It's a decision students and parents, though, have differing opinions on. KOAM's Zach Dodge spoke with a student who feels like it's not the right time.
Being a freshman in high school right now can be really tough.
It's been really rough.
On top of everything else that comes with being a freshman, Livy Riddle and her sister Lauren have had to adjust to learning on Joplin School District's hybrid AB schedule.
It was really hard to adjust at first because, you couldn't see your friends if you didn't have a last name that was after K. And as for learning, it got better over just getting the routine worked out.
But now another change is coming. On Tuesday, the school board decided to bring all students at the high school back to in-person learning full-time. The decision was made largely because of the low number of COVID cases in the school and community.
It had always been, we can get it under that 1% or below of positivity either among staff or students, then we would return. And just recently, we've hit that.
High school principal Stephen Gilbreth says the high school is the last building to go back to full-time in person, and all of the other schools have continued to have low numbers. But some parents and students, like Riddle, are afraid to see what happens once they put 2,000 students in the same building again.
Who says that they're not going to rise up again? It's a possibility, and it's really, really nerve-wracking.
She wishes the district had waited to make the change until next year, since there's only a few weeks left in school. But now that the decision is made, she thinks students should be given a choice.
I personally want to go online because I am very nervous about going back to school.
With the low rate right now that we have and the mandatory masking and keeping things clean, that we feel confident that we can keep kids safe.
In Joplin, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Gilbreth says they're going to keep a close eye on the numbers, and if they do start to spike, they will go back to the hybrid schedule. He also says they might be able to make concessions for students and parents who aren't comfortable with the plan, but that's going to be done on a case-by-case basis. Officials in McDonald County, Missouri have enough vaccine to go around, or at least they did anyway. The county's emergency management director says the state allocated them 2,000 vaccines, so they expanded distribution to all qualifying Missouri residents. People were allowed to show up without an appointment to the ballpark near Industrial Avenue in Anderson.
We've been doing about 200 a day when we get that many doses, and so now it's 1,000 a day. And so we had to have the Missouri National Guard's help and the state of Missouri's help to be able to have enough volunteers to be able to pull off that many.
Any Missouri resident at least 65 years old or adults with underlying conditions were eligible. The Wyandotte Nation announced today the criteria to receive vaccinations at the Bearskin Healthcare and Wellness Center in Wyandotte, Oklahoma. Eastern Shawnee and Wyandotte Nation citizens and their spouses 18 and older are eligible for the vaccines, as well as Wyandotte community members 55 and older. Tribal citizens and community members that are not active patients at Bearskin will need to present their tribal membership card, driver's license, also insurance. An appointment is required. The Patterson Family Foundation is awarding Healthy Nevada with a more than $764,000 grant. That money is going to be used to, quote, create collective impact in the areas of rural mental health, obesity, and food insecurity. Healthy Nevada will implement 3 programs to address needs in the community. Those are trauma-informed school-based health program, the Farm to Family program, and a family-based behavioral treatment for childhood obesity program. U.S. Senator Jerry Moran from Kansas has introduced legislation that would allow college athletes to sign endorsement deals. The bill would also increase the medical coverage that many of the wealthiest athletic departments have to provide for their athletes. If Senator Moran's bill passes, athletes would be able to hire representation and sign endorsement deals. The athletes would not, however, be allowed to endorse products during or immediately before and after team events. Schools, conferences, and the NAA would also be allowed to prohibit athletes from signing endorsement deals that go against an organization's student code of conduct. The chief of the Cherokee tribe says it's time for Jeep to stop using the Cherokee Nation's name on its Cherokee and Grand Cherokee SUVs. Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. says he believes corporations and sports teams should stop using Native American names, images, and mascots as nicknames on their products. Chief says he believes it was well intended, but that it does not honor the tribe to have its name plastered on the side of a car. Hoskin says the best way to honor the Tahlequah, Oklahoma-based tribe is to learn more about its history. And that brings us to tonight's KOAM News Now Instapoll question. Do you think Jeep should abandon the Cherokee branding? You can participate in the poll at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live, and we're going to check back in on the results later in this newscast. Still ahead, a Baxter Springs teacher's commitments to her students is getting some recognition on a big scale. And this is dirt now, as you can see, but it's going to grow into a beautiful education opportunity over at Missouri Southern. A Baxter Springs, Kansas teacher did not think a one-size-fits-all approach was actually helping her special education students, so she changed it with the help of the IXL Learning Program. And now that program is honoring her for her commitment to her students. Tina Gandy is one of IXL's Elite 100. She uses IXL in various ways to reinforce concepts, identify areas for reteaching, and ultimately personalize instruction for her students, no matter where they are learning from.
They are the driving force of why I get up every morning. I love my kids. From 1995 when I started all the way to 2021, this is the whole reason why I get up in the morning.
Congratulations, Miss Gandy. The Elite 100 are selected from a pool of 700,000 teachers. Big accomplishment right there. Missouri Southern is getting a beautiful new addition to campus. It's not there yet. It's just dirt, as you can see. But from that dirt is going to grow a new wildflower field. Once fully grown, it'll be more than aesthetically pleasing. It's also going to be used for student research. And the students will have a lot to learn from.
We've certainly got several species of milkweed in here that generally have kind of pink and purple flowers. We've got goldenrod with yellow flowers, a lot of black-eyed Susans, asters. We've got some purple.
Officials say it's going to also provide a source of sustenance for the bees in the university's beehives. Doug Eddy's up next with his complete forecast, and later, cuteness multiplied. The furry friend in Oklahoma with not 4, but 6 legs. Also, inmates saying checkmates at the St. Louis County Jail.
It's free furnace time. Newsnow.com.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a cooler day for us today, but still a really nice day across the region. Temperatures just dropped back to where they should be for this time of the year, as we should be warming up mainly into low to mid 50s, and that's what we had during the daytime hours for us today. But it looks pretty good. This is our 36-hour temperature trend. Of course, you can see the lower 70s for us yesterday, and then we dropped back into the upper 40s and then mid 50s for us during the daytime hours today. Still looks great. Evening daylight hours now expanding. It's not even dark at 6:15, which is kind of nice, and we are looking off toward the south. 48 north winds at about 10 to 15. Humidity is at 52%, and most of us are sitting mid to upper 40s, and then in our southern counties in Oklahoma and also extreme southwestern Missouri, we are sitting into the lower 50s. So temperatures really still fairly nice. North winds have been kind of strong. We've had these north winds anywhere from 10 upwards to about 20 miles per hour. These will diminish a little bit for us during the overnight hours tonight, but temperatures, they're going to drop back into through the 40s, 30s, and I think most of us about 29 or 30 degrees for an overnight low for us tonight. So a little bit colder than what we have been seeing. Also, we have some clouds. You can even see a few little showers popping up near Chanute. That's not reaching the ground, but we do have some clouds across the region. So partly cloudy skies tonight. Next storm system, we have a series of very weak waves which are going to roll through over about the next week. And the first one is out across the northern parts of the Rockies, and that will start to affect us tomorrow night. You can see the little ripple in the winds out towards Salt Lake City, and then the next system behind it is out across the Gulf of Alaska. At least through the overnight hours for us tonight, just partly cloudy skies, kind of cold, backing down to about 29 if you are getting up early. We're going to warm up through the 30s. I think about 45 by noon, and then we should top out right around 50. So a little bit cooler tomorrow compared to what we saw today, but still not a bad day. High temp of 50. We're going to have south winds at about 5 to 10. By tomorrow night, that next little wave increases, and we'll have showers to our south, but close enough to us that I think we'll get a few random showers or at least drizzle, especially in our southern counties in Oklahoma and northwestern Arkansas. This system rolls by, then we get another little wave that rolls in Friday afternoon. This will bring us some additional showers. This will be more widespread than what we see tomorrow night. So light rain Friday afternoon, most of this pulls out of here by the time we head into Friday night. As we head into Saturday, I think it looks pretty good. We'll start to see rain increasing again in our southern counties. Saturday looks fine, but by Saturday night into Sunday, we'll start to see some light showers once again across the region, especially late Sunday and into Sunday night. Monday night, we get a break, and then we got another system as we head into Tuesday that will give us a few light showers. So none of these storm systems are big. They're just kind of a nuisance, and there's a lot of weak little waves that are going to rotate through. 50 tomorrow, 52 on Friday, 64 Saturday. So Saturday looks fantastic. Cooler with some showers on Sunday.
Nice to have evenings that we can enjoy. You know, a beautiful sunset, not too cold temperatures. You did good.
We're not trying to keep the house extremely warm. So,
You did good, Doug Hetty. Thanks so much. All right. A Farmington, Missouri dad is furious after he says a daycare left his 3-year-old daughter outside in freezing temperatures. Now he's turning to state officials for answers. Robert Townsend reports.
Rage, anger, sadness, hurt.
That's how Matt Bishop is feeling. It's after he says on Friday afternoon his 3-year-old daughter, Avery Rose, was left outside First Steps Daycare in Farmington in below freezing temperatures for about 15 minutes.
I feel guilty that I trusted him with my little girl.
Bishop says a parent was driving away from the daycare when she saw his daughter standing alone on the center side porch. The woman took this cell phone picture of the little girl. The mom declined to talk to us and asked us to not disclose her name.
A staff member let her in. She said, "There's a little girl locked outside in the cold, no jacket on. She's sitting there crying." They're like, "What are you talking about?" They had no clue. Then they rush over and unlock the door and let her in.
Holding back tears, Bishop calls the parent his daughter's lifesaver.
Had it not been, like I said, for that parent and God putting her there to where she could pay close enough attention, our daughter wouldn't be here today.
The disappointed dad says an hour later, the daycare's director called his wife.
They apologized by saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This is terrible."
Bishop has since filed a report with Farmington police and removed his daughter from the daycare.
How could a child walk out? How do you know that they're not missing?
First Steps Daycare has not responded to Bishop's allegations. Bishop said he planned on meeting with the Missouri Department of Social Services today. Still ahead, St. Louis County inmates are pitted against each other in a game of chess. We're We're going to meet the man behind the chess tournament and find out why he organized it next.
Doug Hetty has earned a Roper Honda.
While in jail, some inmates get really good at chess. Now they're putting that skill to the test. More than 100 inmates over at the St. Louis County Justice Center are playing in the jail's first chess tournament. Steve Harris has the story.
On the fourth floor of the St. Louis County Justice Center, there's a battle taking place, a board battle between inmates, played out with chess pieces.
These guys, they good. That's what they do.
106 players signed up for the inmate chess tournament.
There's some good players in there.
As Justice watched. That's Justice Williams. He became the youngest African-American chess master in history at the age of 12. Today, he's overseeing the tournament he helped make happen.
We're trying to bring more faces into chess. So we got to get into the underrepresented communities in the jail. I mean, I haven't really heard of any chess-related activities within the jail, really. And as soon as I did, I was like, all right, we got to do this here.
2 floors up, 3 more matches. Every meticulous move mindfully motivated.
It's beautiful. Like, there's a lot of great players in here. Some people they just move so confidently like they've been playing all their lives.
But it's more than just a chess tournament.
What we really trying to do is get these guys to journal how chess is helping them while in here.
Mario Reed is a correction officer who sees the benefits this brings.
It keeps them calm and give them something to look forward to. You know, that's motivation. You know, keep their mind just occupied on something positive. That's what it does for them.
I think that's why this program is really important here.
The tournament's champion will play against Justice.
So the winner of all this, y'all gonna have to play this man right here.
But regardless of the outcome,
just being able to talk chess, talk life, talk anything, talk ideas with them is pretty cool.
Again, that was Steve Harris reporting. Check this out. A veterinary hospital in Oklahoma is calling this 6-legged puppy a miracle. Her name is Skipper. Look at that face. And she has 2 pelvic areas, urinary tracts, reproductive regions, and tails. She's just a few days old. Neal Veterinary Hospital says on Facebook it's highly unusual for a puppy like her to survive this long. The hospital says Skipper's condition is the result of a fertilized egg trying to split, but not fully separating. Skipper. Final check of the forecast next.
Make your home.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Sergeant First Class Larry Lyons served the U.S. Army. The Cassville, Missouri native was stationed in Saigon during the Vietnam War. We are proud to salute Sergeant First Class Larry Lyons. He's tonight's 4-state hero. Reminder about our Insta poll going on right now, the KOAM News Now Insta poll. Do you think Jeep should abandon the Cherokee branding? So far, 90% of you say no, 10% of you say yes. You can participate in the poll still over at KOAMNewsNow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live. We're going to check in on the final results tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Here's a look at what's coming up on our sister station, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Lawmakers are inching closer to passing another round of coronavirus relief, but one sticking point is whether to increase the federal minimum wage. Also, Tiger Woods' doctor provides an update on the golfer's gruesome injuries after a car crash yesterday. And a dog is back home after spending several weeks lost in the Grand Canyon. Those stories and a lot more, of course, coming your way tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm looking forward to that dog story. It's really neat. I'm a dog lover. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here at 10.